also excited to be able to get to start practicing in a couple of days. Our guys are competing room to room, and they're also competing in their room. So anytime that you have that, it's almost like a pro mentality where guys are trying to figure out how they're going to make the team. And that's a good thing. That competition level makes you better, makes our coaches better, challenge our coaches. They're competing every day. I want to see our backs are going to be better than our linebackers. Our receivers are going to be better than our DBs. Offensively, we're going to be challenged by our defense, or is our defense going to just shut our offense down? And all those things combined, we have to unite to play great special teams. So you take all that, and that's what we have to do over the next 2 to 3 weeks to make sure we're successful this year.
Where are you in terms of your comfort level as a head coach? Because a lot of things are the first time for Scottie.
I never get comfortable. I think that's when it's time you either get beat or it's time for you to do something else. So, no, I'm not comfortable. Our team is not going to be comfortable. Our coaches are not going to be comfortable. Everything is a new experience for me. But thankfully, I've been trained by some exceptional people. And I've watched them go through it. And I've also, everything that they've ever said to me, I wrote it down, I read it. But I also have been around the sport my entire life. And I've watched great people do great things, great high school coach, great mentors in business. And I'm also just thrilled to be able to be an opportunity to lead a program.
Scottie, East Carolina has a way you might be coaching Coach Steve at Oklahoma next year. There's that possibility is out there. And I know that's kind of a peripheral thing and a potential distraction. Any thoughts you might have on that?
I don't think it's a distraction. There's coaches and then there's head coaches. And so as the head coach, we're also the CEO of the company. And if it's going to help Greenville, if it's going to help our university, if it's going to directly help our fan base, culture, growth, then how could it not be a good thing? And that's the way I look at it. But our main focus and our team's focus, our players don't get to focus on anything. The main focus is that team focus, and that's winning the day. We want to win each day that we are in. We also have a big football game on September 3rd. It starts our time together. We're being judged. It's one of the greatest businesses in the world because at the end of the business day, you can look up at the scoreboard and see if you had good business or bad business. So we're looking forward to September 3rd.
What does a potential expansion of the stadium, what does that do in terms of maybe influencing or learning?
Yeah, well, I think we hit it at the right time. We have a great expansion going on in the stadium. And from a recruiting standpoint, when a kid comes to Dowdy Ficklen to watch a football game, the atmosphere and the culture there already wins you the kid. But what other teams try to use in the recruiting process is a lack of facilities from a standpoint of stadium, where may be press box, suites, and they use those things. All of a sudden, when you compare yourself to them or above them, and you have the culture that we have, it makes it very hard for them to compete with us in the recruiting.
The schedule up front, you got some real challenges. I know you're taking one game at a time. Obviously, there's the opportunity to build some momentum, maybe create an impression that's favorable to the Big 12 and get people excited to an even higher degree about this conference.
We've prepared our team, and our team will be prepared to make sure that we're in a position to play well in the first quarter of our season. And it starts with our first game. We know that, we understand that momentum that you talk about is something that's always good for teams, that they're going to be good even later in October and November to get off the start line. First of all, we prepared ourselves. Coach C has done a good job of making sure that we're in shape and that we'll be healthy, ready to go. So we are looking forward to that start. And some people may see it as a difficult start. I see it as a challenge. We've challenged our young men every day that we've been with them, and they met the challenge. And we've raised those level of expectations every time. So that's all that we're doing. When we have a challenge the first week, we're going to raise the level of expectation, and then we're going to raise the level of expectation, we're going to raise the level of expectation, and that's what we are.
Coach, you had a significant transfer after spring ball. I think your staff has shown the ability to go out and get players. I mean, it's apparent that you have that capability.
our staff, the main focus behind our staff, and whether it be recruiting or making sure that we evaluate the talent that we're trying to get, is how hard they work. I don't think people understand how hard it is to win one recruit, let alone to be able to sign 25 or go out and be in competition with some of these transfers that are coming out from different schools. I mean, the recruiting battles are, just unbelievable. And the way that our staff has been able to accomplish that, I'm very proud of those people that stayed up at 10, 11 o'clock, guys trying to make sure that they get on the plane the next morning, trying to make sure that they do everything in their possible ability to get them to be pirates. And then also, we try to identify people that want to be pirates. If you want to be a pirate, we want you to be there if you meet some of our standards and requirements. So that has a lot to do as well. And because of our culture and our fan base, a lot of the people that we were able to bring in, they know what they're coming to play in front of. If you're a transfer, you want to go to a great culture. If you're a recruited player out of high school, you want to play in front of a good culture. So those things are great, but our coaches have done a good job. And then when they get on campus, our players seal the deal. We have great young men that they can come see, come be around, like Sean, like I say. And once we get them there, we feel like we're going to have a really, really good job to get them signed. With our culture, our players, coaches, administration, we're going to be able to do a good job there from the standpoint of acquiring and developing talent.
Gardner Minshew from the National Junior College Championship team, Michael Irvin's son, is that Tony and Tony?
That is actually his nephew, Timmer.
Timmer,
yep.
Okay. Those are guys that kind of get people's attention, I think,
it's always good to have great relationships with people. Tim, I was recruiting when I was at Duke as a coordinator there, and I was recruiting him, and he could have went just about anywhere, and he decided not to. I also was recruiting. He has another family member on our staff right now where I recruited his high school and I knew nothing about Tim transferring or anything. Had a great relationship with him. I respected him as a coach and brought him. So those relationships just kind of happen, and before you know it, you find out that Tim actually was looking to transfer out because of the coaching change that some of his defensive staff were gone. And it just kind of worked out. And with Gardner, you got to give all the credit to Tony Peterson. Now, we knew that it was going to be hard to get him, to keep him if we let it get into June in that time. So Tony did a really, really good job of making sure that we secured him and getting him here. So it did get the attention of a lot of people, but it also made us understand that we have a crown jewel, Eastern 95. So we're really, really happy.
Ideally, would you like to redshirt Minshew this year and play for him?
We want to play football. Let's just make that clear. Make sure that everybody knows that Phillip is our starter. He's done a great job of leading us, whether it's been in spring, whether it's been in summer, whether it be on the field, off the field. He's done a good job with our guys. But we do understand how important it is to be good at that position. So we'd like to say that Gardner won't have a snap this year, but I don't know the answer to that. In a perfect world, I'd like to play every single snap of the year